Happy New Year everyone, and welcome to Concierge Camping in Chichester. So this was a last minute thing for us. Yesterday, New Year's Eve, we checked the website quite early in the morning, and they did comment when we arrived here how early in the morning we booked it. We just happened to notice that there was a last minute cancellation. So we were in the New Forest, which was great. That was a CMC site at Black Knoll. We enjoyed that a lot. Not much to do because it was so wet, we couldn't actually walk into Brockenhurst. So I think most of the way into Brockenhurst was a bit kind of waterlogged, all that kind of thing. We didn't go into Brockenhurst, but we were only booked one day anyway, and we were going to go home. But we checked the website for Concierge Camping just on the off shot, and there was a cancellation. So they had a pitch available. So we've come down to Chichester, and we've spent New Year's Eve in Concierge Camping at Chichester, which was just lovely, really. I think the main difference was that there was entertainment in the evening, and that was planned at Black Knoll, but because of the weather they'd kind of cancelled that. So but we had a quiz last night and the bar was open, and it was just genuinely really good. But anyway, we're up the next morning, no headache, so all good there. But I did have a couple of drinks and a gin, which is unusual for me. And today we're going to try and start vlogging for 2023. So we're going to do some stuff around the van, places we go and that kind of thing, and just our take on it really. So again, welcome to 2023, and welcome to our van Darwin. Darwin is a AutoQuest CV40 from Brown Hills, and I'm Chris and my wife's name's Tina. So the journey down to the New Forest was really wet and blustery, but we stopped just outside Brockenhurst and spent, I suppose, a couple of hours there doing a bit of work and that kind of thing, because we couldn't get into the campsite till about 1 o'clock anyway. We'd been to this spot before and it's just absolutely lovely, by the Brockenhurst Cricket Club I think it is, and when we'd been before during the summer, absolutely rammed with people, kids playing in the stream and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really lovely spot to stop and just chill out for a while. When we got to the campsite though, the weather was a bit grim and the walk into Brockenhurst was pretty much waterlogged, so we didn't really do that. But what it did give Tina a chance to do was to cook the first proper meal in the van: bassa, vegetables and potatoes. Yay! One thing that's worth mentioning, I think, is that when we'd read the reviews for the campsite, someone had said that the road wasn't very good leading up to the campsite. Now, it is quite a tight road, and I wouldn't advise driving off of it too much to the sides unless it's one of those passing places, because it is a bit boggy, and we almost didn't go to this campsite because of what we thought was a kind of perilous road. We had checked it on Google Maps and it seemed okay, but in all honesty, it was okay. I mean, I would get out and help, but to be honest, it's raining. And she does have the better coat. So here we go again then, off on our way to Concierge Camping in Chichester, and the roads were worse today. So this is New Year's Eve now, and it was windy, very windy, up in the sort of low 50 miles per hour, and some of the bits on the motorway the van was rocking around a little bit. But anyway, we made it nice and safe and sound, and here we are arriving at Concierge Camping. I think it's time we get the van set up. This is time for our new gadget. This is a 3D printed little widget thing that you pop in there, and it stops the nasties and dirt going into your water tank. When you want to fill it up using a hose pipe, there's another little connector that you can screw in, and you connect the hose pipe up and away you go. So New Year's Day now, and we've decided to go into Bosham for a nice walk. The weather's eased off. Just a bit overcast, but there's no rain and no wind, so that was much more pleasant than it was the day before. Some lovely things to look around. The roundhouse, and then we went to the quay to have a wander around. Quite surprised actually to find that there was a gift shop that was open with many merchants in there. Really, really worth looking round, but not before we had some lemon drizzle cake. Did you enjoy your walk around Bosham? What was your favourite bit?
I liked the craft centre, but I did like going through the church.
And what was the craft centre called?
Bosham Walk.
It was called Bosham Walk.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the church called? It's a bit of a general knowledge test like our test last night.
I didn't really notice actually.
So it was the Holy Trinity Church,
Oh, right.
and it was absolutely beautiful. So that's about it. We finally discovered what the bike rack was for on the back of the van. We did some 5-star camping at Concierge Camping. Lovely. Some brilliant facilities that were open on New Year's Eve. And we finally got to use our outside camping chairs that we've been carrying in the van since November. And we tried the new EcoFlow to power our kettle as well. And we found ourselves in a forest, the Forest of Beer. And a funny sign too.